We have the Adobe suite.
Adobe suite of products, Illustrator, Photoshop.
Photoshop, or if not, then Illustrator.
Photoshop.
When I was first started to work with creative tools in software, and there was a program called Photoshop invented. So I was alive when Photoshop was invented, showing my age there.
After Effects.
What's After Effects?
I use Apache and Nginx.
iMovie.
An Apple product called Keynote, and it's PowerPoint, but it's really PowerPoint on steroids.
I develop on Linux. Linux Mint is my favorite distribution.
Final Cut, Motion,
InDesign.
Pixlr.
Cinema 4D or Maya.
Maya from Autodesk or Rhino or any of the 3D CAD tools.
A lot of really great free online tools for our clients to use.
I'm a big fan of my MacBook.
I also have a MacBook.
Free HTML editors.
Some of the animators prefer drawing on the Cintiq display.
I run several different web servers on my computer.
3D scanners, 3D printers.
A 3D printer like just a MakerBot to some very high-end 3D printers to print prototypes.
Laser cutters.
Skype, FaceTime.
I almost exclusively use open source tools.
I think the exciting thing about making today is, first of all, the knowledge of what you can do and how to do it. The instructional knowledge in something like YouTube is crazy. There is a ton of video out there to help you learn in ways that you couldn't learn before, how to make something that you couldn't make before. And I mean, if you can think of it, you can probably put it in YouTube and find somebody who's made a video about sharing what they know about how to do that. So technology is an enabler, but what seems to be really prevalent is like a cultural shift in sharing what we know. And people like criticize social media these days because, oh, it's all about narcissism and look at me, but there's a huge component of it that's like, look at me, look what I know, look what I can do, and I'm willing to share it with you. So that's a cultural change that's enabled by and creates a feedback loop, I think, with the technology. So the fact that now I can make a video on something and share it from my phone from anywhere. I'm not connected to a wire anywhere, and I've just shared with you how to do something.
Now we're moving into this new concept of cloud services, where all of a sudden you have a mainframe that holds not only applications, but holds all the information, and that smartphone in your hand is actually just a dumb terminal that is accessing information that doesn't even exist on the unit itself.
A lot of Internet of Things based workshops where you're creating these prototypes for interaction, web connected, web enabled devices, and this is really creating so many opportunities for printing, 3D printing enclosures, parts, and using off-the-shelf components like Raspberry Pis and Arduino, and this market too has been developing so quickly that it's having these new Arduino boards that have Wi-Fi built right on them and they're faster. This is something that's coming out this fall, maybe by Christmas, the holidays. So that stuff is super exciting for us. We're doing all kinds of prototyping of web connected devices for home and for office. And I think that the future of manufacturing is kind of, it could be local, where the idea of buying mass produced stuff in Asia and having it shipped all the way over is going to give way to slightly more expensive but super customizable components.
Where does sculpture go next? Like right now, there's people in it's mostly driven by commerce and industrial design, trying to build what they call haptic interfaces to 3D software. So I put on like a glove, and I'm literally sculpting on the computer screen, and I get feedback into my fingers on what things feel like, and as I'm taking material out or putting material in. So there are people working on that idea right now, and it's a long way from being. It's available to very wealthy people and very wealthy businesses that want to do that. It's not available in an art studio, But there might be a time when you sculpt in 3D and print.